전하에는 에너지. 에너지라면 다시.
When it's silver.
What's up, guys? We're back here at the GSL Code S. SOS already kicking ass, going on to the winner's match.
Yeah.
And now it's time to go to the other side of this group and see who will win there.
Well, you would imagine that it will be INnoVation.
Probably.
Losira hasn't looked super hot in ZVT.
He looks super hot.
Yeah, that's true.
We knew him back when he was a young nerd, and he's turned into a nerd man.
He really filled out.
So he is super hot, but maybe not with his play.
Yeah, he's had a little bit of a hard time lately, like playing in SSL Challenge. He's the only Zerg that got in there, if I recall correctly, and he's had some rough matches, man, where like people are like attacking on his creep and he still can't hold it, and it's like, oh, and INnoVation is like basically like one of the guys.
Yeah.
If you can't stop Bunny, you can't really stop INnoVation, right?
Well, INnoVation has been really on top of his game, and he doesn't seem like he's falling off at all.
Bunny is basically INnoVation's squire, okay?
Yeah.
So, like, if the squire defeats
Bunny
you...
simply helps INnoVation put his armor on and takes care of his horse.
He unsaddles the horse that INnoVation rides. Because INnoVation is one of the 4 Terran horsemen.
That's right. Like how you strung it all together, Artosis.
There you go. Linked it all together.
Remember when Losira was a little kid, and then one day he came to the studio and was like, "Annyeonghaseyo," and I'm like, whoa!
Yeah.
Whoa!
It's kind of wild.
When did this guy become a manly man? I don't know. Losira, you know, this guy's a household name if you watch StarCraft 2 from the beginning. But I believe that some of these other pro gamers we have now in the GSL may have rendered him obsolete. Today is the day he's going to have to prove himself. If he gets out of this group, we have to then reevaluate where we see Losira and his current skill.
He's still so good. Like, he's still in every single season. You know? He's just, like, he's not going anywhere. It's just, he's been to a GSL Finals. Will he ever be back? I don't think so right now. Like, these other guys do seem to have rendered him obsolete, as you say.
Yeah.
And, you know, one of the top of the line programs here to render things obsolete is INnoVation. Himself a cyborg.
Skynet Terran. Look at that win rate against Zerg. Jeez.
That's pretty high.
That's pretty good.
Look at these win rates in general. Just like, wow.
It makes me think Terran versus Terran isn't fair, Artosis.
It's not when he's playing.
Yeah. Again, we are going to be starting this out on Newkirk Precinct. I guess let's just see what happens. Some of this, I suppose, does come down to Losira's defense. Losira historically does like to rush from time to time, especially against Terran. So
I think we'll see some of that.
I think most certainly. Now, INnoVation certainly would be aware that that's a possibility. So I'm guessing we're going to have a conservative game from INnoVation that's going to end in a push.
Yeah.
And the question is, can Losira hang on?
No, I think you're very right about that. I would imagine INnoVation will open up with like reactor Hellions to really make sure nothing bad goes on. And Losira, like, if he wants to win this, I think we got to see some crazy rushes going on. Like, I don't know, some sort of crazy mid-game Baneling bust, perhaps. Maybe one of these weird early Roach rushes. But INnoVation has already calculated all of these outcomes.
Well, let's see what happens. Our game is now lighting up. By the way, guys, tell your friends to join us here. A lot of people forget when GSL comes back right away, we end up building up that viewership. But tell your friends to come on in and get ready for another great season of the GSL Code S. This is Losira versus INnoVation, game number 1.
That song.
In the bottom left, in the blue, he is
Losira.
Losira. Peace. In the bottom right, in the red, our Terran player, he is
INnoVation.
And the crowd goes wild.
Oh, So, we shall see. Already I'm thinking INnoVation is going for that reactor Hellion, as I was talking about, Tasis.
Yeah.
The Reapy Poo into a command center.
Yeah.
The reactored Hellion seems about the safest thing to go against a player like losira.
There's not as much about INnoVation that's really flashy. This is why we always joke about him being a robot or a cyborg. And it's not even a diss. I mean, he's actually a very scary robot or cyborg.
He would be one of the scariest, yeah.
He is the Terminator for sure.
Yeah. But he's not. Is he the one that turns into liquid metal, or is he the original? Is he?
No, he's the original. I thought so. He's going door to door right now, being like, "Sal Kana, that's me."
Yeah.
And you're trying to kill him, but it's half his body's ripped off, but his robot body's just crawling towards you.
Shows his
crawling into the round of 16. You're like, oh god.
Well, I would expect for him to do very well this season. He's kind of like the guy that you can always say that you think INnoVation's going to win. It's never a bad bet.
Yeah. It's completely reasonable. You're like, I don't know. I think INnoVation's pretty good. He's going to take it.
Yeah. This last season it is a little bit disappointing for him, but...
So the Reaper's going to go ahead and push out now. We'll see that dance we've seen many a time before.
Mm-hmm. Looks like he even wants to go into a starport and whatnot after this, so pretty much as safe as you can be, right? Like he can go up and get possibly a Raven, maybe just right into Banshees, and then nothing that Zerg does early will kill you. And then the thing is, late game, you're INnoVation, so nothing Zerg can do late can kill you.
Yeah.
And he's got all his bases covered. All right, let's go on to INnoVation versus SOS.
Okay, the Queen is now out, which means the Reaper does have to back off. It can't be too much more abusive. From here, we are going to see the Hellions get pumped out of that factory, 2 of them at a time with that reactor.
And the Overlord gets to see absolutely everything. INnoVation does not even care, doesn't want to make a Marine, not worth his time. Instead, just going to continue his build order. Build order 635, initiate.
Nerd identified. Move in with kill push.
Losira, Losira.
Okay, he's now swapping the Star port over here to the Tech Lab, and we have a Raven on the way.
Yeah, everything pretty standard coming out of INnoVation so far.
It's possible we see the turrets thrown down.
Yeah.
As he tries to harass here, and he's going to keep pushing over here on the front, where the Queens are. A Roach Warren is now on the way.
I think it's probably smart. You don't want to play against a lot of Hellions with just Ling. And in general, like, losira does like Ling Bane as a style against Terran, but you don't... There's some people you don't want to really play that against as much, you know? Like Maru, for instance, or INnoVation.
Well, these Terrans that just end up forking their army out perfectly.
These Terrans that don't miss a beat, it's like very difficult a lot of the time to go for Ling Bane. You got to be an absolute master of it.
Now this is cool. He gets a Banshee now behind the Raven. That may throw Zerg off a little bit. That Roach Horn's about to finish up. I want to see how many Roaches he actually does decide to get. Is it just going to be enough to try to hold up anything Terran tries to do, or is he going to have anything more forward with it? Now here come the Hellions moving forward now.
Oh, man.
I love that. He chucks the Queen towards the Hellions so they can't be microed away as easily.
And if he picks off any Queens, this helps a lot when the Banshee ends up coming out.
Absolutely, it does.
Losira just going to lose 2 Queens. Just barely.
You could see he wasn't even microing the injured Hellion away in that fight. He was prioritizing the damage of that.
Look at how much creep he's actually denied so far. This is really going to help out if he continues to produce Hellions and Banshees when he starts pressuring that third base as well. Some Ravagers going across the map right now, kind of chasing out those Hellions.
Looks like he debated possibly throwing the turret down there, decides to back up. And the double Evo chamber's almost done. Now, this is what's unfortunate about the Ravagers versus the Banshees. You're basically, if the Terran player is remotely skilled at all, you will never hit that with Corrosive Bile. So taking these Ravagers out, that's a lot that Zerg had to invest to get in there. Now cloaking it. Oh! And finally, this Queen is going to go down.
Oh, man. And maybe even a second Queen as well. INnoVation crushing in every single way.
I feel like when we're casting this game of INnoVation, I'm like watching INnoVation as a cat play with a ball of yarn. This is...
oh, my God.
Playing with a dead mouse or something like that.
Should we call him a yarn Zerg or something? The Yarn Zerg.
The Yarn Zerg. A couple of Yarn Zergs, guys.
Yeah.
Terran just running around killing this, taking that out.
Oh my god.
He likes to play with his prey before he kills it off.
The empty plastic bags are... INnoVation's just inside of him. He's like popping his head out, looking at us all cute. Like, oh, INnoVation.
Okay, so we have 2 Banshees now coming up here in the top. And 3 auto turrets coming down here, and he can get those Ravagers so sick.
Oh my god.
Did you see how fast that killed that Ravager?
Yeah, that was pretty darn fast. And now he gets that Spore down pretty low as well. Banshees could pop in there later.
Stim's almost done, which may be the triggering point for Terran to actually move out on the map. Oh, no. Gonna get more drones here.
More and more damage everywhere, even poking that queen back a bit more. 2 queens coming up.
These queens are like, wait a minute, we can't be here.
We can't see them. Oh my
god, they're invisible. Now, this is just getting worse and worse.
Yeah, this is actually like hurtful to watch because losira's so good. He's such a good player. Like, he's one of the best players in the world.
Where INnoVation the cat is now clawing up the couch.
Oh.
It's gotten out of control. I don't even know what to say. I mean, this game is honestly, guys, this game is kind of a disaster right now for losira.
Yeah.
10 drones killed. We've had Ravagers go down. Queens have been picked off. Now the actual part that can end the game is starting up. The part where the 2 medevacs full of infantry are going to come across the map.
This couldn't be more brutal. Look how many drones he has, by the way. He's just droning like a madman. Despite all these drone kills, 70 drones still left.
Yeah. I don't know if he's going to have an army, though, Artosis.
Well, yeah. That's
that's the problem is he might have a lot of workers and nothing else.
Yeah.
1-1. And look at it. Everything upgrade-wise is finishing perfectly. Look at it's like synchronized swimming here with the upgrades. Look at that.
And now he pushes onto the creep. He's like, oh, he has a creep tumor. I got to take that out.
And without really losing much of anything, he just picks up, rotates to the next part, will probably come in here, kill off more workers. Oh. Like he's trying to get the Ravager. Good job there by losira. He does micro that away. Terran is now surpassing the Zergan supply.
That's never good.
That's
especially
never good.
When you're on roaches as your main form of supply. That's especially
true.
Not ever good.
I think we're almost just waiting for the moment when INnoVation decides he doesn't need to do any more harassment damage and just
eventually he'll attack
and pushes. Yeah,
I think he'll just wait for 2-2 and then just push across the map. losira right now is running as fast as he can towards Hive. Like, I guess he'll go into Ultras and hope that some Fungals and Corrosive can allow his Ultras to do something.
At this point in time, I think he's running to Hive on broken legs, Artosis. I don't know if he's going to be able to get there.
Well, what he is doing is falling down an escalator towards Hive, okay? That's actually... that's the most accurate way I can describe this. At least he's got, like, a decent army.
And then
are you going to try to talk?
Yeah. that escalator is that he's falling down is just going up, so he's essentially falling forever.
That's
how it works.
That's the new Sisyphus right there. Falling down an up escalator.
Oh, he gets it. He gets a kill on that.
Man.
Takes out the hatchet, gets away. Really nicely done here by INnoVation. INnoVation is just killing it, man.
If this was an anime, then losira would have that little like star thing on the side of his head, like pulsating at this point, you know? Like, he has to be so annoyed and so upset with this game at the moment. Nothing has gone his way. He has not had one favorable thing occur this game.
Yeah.
Not one thing. Like, what? How not one thing?
Yeah, basically...
Oh, he got the Raven.
He got the Raven, all right. Well, there's a glass is half full statement for this game. The Banshee's still over here doing damage. Looks like he should lose this Banshee. Oh, there you go. 2 good things happening here.
Turning it around.
It's the comeback, guys.
It's happening.
The comeback is real.
Doc Gif. Whoa. Well, INnoVation going to take another base. It's going to be his 4th.
INnoVation, note, he's taking the base that's just above his third base so that the other 2 bases in the upper right are basically claimed for free. And he's going to basically serpentine push here, take this out, probably go down, take the lower base out, then go back up, take out another one. I just don't know if there's anything that Zerg can do. Let's see if he can get some good Fungals here. Oh, there's a Nidus over here. I think that's actually set up in the main.
Yeah, it's set up in INnoVation's main, but like, even if he kills INnoVation's main, this army is not something that's going to die.
Yeah, a nice Ling attack over here. That's definitely something.
But can he kill the rest of this army?
No, I don't think so.
Hey, that's a good fungal.
Yep.
Wow.
Looks like he does get those next 2 investors. The units rallying out here for INnoVation will kill this off. And now he's setting up, doing so much damage. I think we're going to see losira tap out in a second here. as there is no way to stop INnoVation's push. GG, Skynet wins.
That game was INnoVation perfecting losira and then uppercutting him into another stage onto the spikes.
Yes.
That's
well
what that
said.
game was. It was might be the most brutal game that we see this entire season. Losira is a lot better than what we saw right there. Just everything went INnoVation's way.
Well, you can see Losira looking a little bit discouraged there, and I can't blame him. INnoVation basically just does not make any mistakes. Consistently gets further ahead, then has a push where he just has more stuff. It's very straightforward, very ABC, but hey man, it works, and that's why he's one of the scariest Terrans in all of StarCraft 2's history.
Abyssal Reef going to be our next map. Can Losira pull something together here?
For his sake, I hope so. Is it feasible? Not exactly. We'll have to see what Losira can do. He may want to try to just go for some rushes here. I just don't see him being able to hold his own against INnoVation in the late game.
INnoVation's opening was really nice, and like he gets his Reaper so he can scout you, and then like he has the Reactor Hellions, then he goes into Banshee, and just like there's not a whole lot you can do against that.
That's right.
But maybe something like, who was it doing the 1 base, 2 gas, no queen Ravager rush? Was that like Sue?
That was Sue, I believe. Yeah.
I want to see that build. Like Losira, pull that build out. Maybe
that was like trending for
INnoVation.
2 weeks.
Huh?
That was like a trendy build for 2 weeks,
Yeah.
and I think Terrans just figured it out. Anyways, guys, game number 2 has loaded up. This is Losira versus INnoVation, a fight to get to the winner's match of Group A.
You can never break me, will me, thrill me. You can never kill me, chew me, sue me. Everybody do me, kick me, strike me, do black and white me. All I wanna say is that they don't really care about.
In the upper left, in the blue, our Zerg player,
Losira.
and in the bottom right, in the red, up he is.
INnoVation.
Tasteless.
Artie, how you doing, man? It's good to be back.
It's really good to be back. I would like to see Losira put up a fight this game. I was going to say bigger fight, but like any fight. That last game has to be like a very embarrassing thing for him as a pro. He's obviously a lot better than what we saw there. The INnoVation just completely rock solid.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough situation. When you're going against somebody who just macros so much better than you and is able to harass, that's a lot to try to overcome.
He's everywhere.
He's just everywhere. Losira's hemorrhaging units all over the place. You can see that the kind of harass as well that INnoVation's doing is really refined. For instance, when he banked up the 3 turrets to drop all at once, then he gunned down like a Ravager, for instance, and ended up taking out all these drones. It's pretty scary. This is definitely a map where Terran does have some pushes that can be pretty scary too.
Yeah, and it's a map as well where Zerg can get like 4 or 5 bases that are all relatively close to each other and get quite a nice macro going. I've seen Losira definitely macro quite heavily here on 4 or 5 bases. But the early game, he needs to dismantle some of these attacks that INnoVation's doing better. You know, the Hellions are keeping the creep completely back, and then in flies the Raven and the Banshees, and just everything starts to die. He needs to hold together into the mid-game.
So once again, we're going to see the Reaper come in here, do some damage until the Queen can get out. That's the only way to really zone this out. So far, he's doing a good job. He's taking out some Lings. And, yeah, we'll just have to wait and see as the pressure continues to build up here. Reaper does escape, so he will be able to heal up.
I'm going to scout that it's a rather quick third base coming out of Losira. I like that. Good to see. Reactor Hellion on the way. Starport as well. Everything exactly the same for INnoVation this game. If it's not broken, do not fix it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if I had a game like that and I was INnoVation, I don't think I need to change anything. I mean, there's nothing really fancy to what he's doing. He's just kind of getting in there, shaving off a few units here and there.
Yeah,
he's looking for the exact moment when he can push, and he pretty much 100% knows he can go out there. He even secures a 4th as he does it. Reapers and Lings will always slip through.
I know. I know this feeling so
INnoVation
much.
dunks his Reapers in butter, so they just slide through everything. They never get surrounded.
He's got the 2 Hellions with it now, so kind of poke in. Oh, a nice Ling. Gets a very solid scout off and just sees that it's the same build as what he saw last time.
It's so funny when we see these units slip around each other because it's like so the opposite of StarCraft 1 when we're casting ASL, where it's like everything collides with everything all the time.
Yeah. It's like bad bumper cars.
Yeah, it's like the worst bumper car game ever. Oh, it looks like he could get us around there. Does take out that Reaper as it tries to come in here and scout, and this is the identical build. A Reaper coming up here. He does spot that there was an upgrade over there at the Tech Lab, so he should be a little bit more prepared for the Banshees that are going to follow suit.
He'll definitely be more prepared. You're right about that. He's getting Overlord speed as well, so he can kind of get some scouting done still here. Roach Warren on the way. He sees the timing of the third base as well. So, like, losira has everything that he needs right now. He hasn't taken real damage yet. So, let's see if he can actually hold it together. This is where it started going wrong last game.
Yeah, the Banshees were the majority of the damage that he ended up taking that last game. And I do feel like if you're at least aware that the Banshees are coming and completely ready, you definitely are going to have a better time holding it off, as long as everything's in the right position. 1 auto turret comes down, 2, 3 drones killed off.
Ooh.
There's no reason for Terran to not do this, by the way. You know, you don't have that much you can do with the Raven early on anyways, so just spending energy to get worker kills for free is always worth it.
It definitely is. See if he continues to be able to get those kills. Like, I haven't seen it because you see 3 drones go down, right? I almost feel like you should have something more there, like a queen, an extra queen. I don't know. Like, Zergs are having a hard time just not letting this do damage. If you can pull your drones instantly, I guess it doesn't get kills. But then you lose a bunch of mining time, and that's taking a bunch of actions off of you as well.
Well, it seems like the way this matchup operates is that the burden for the Zerg is to deflect all the blows that Terran can try to deal to them early on. And this has been kind of true throughout the history of Zerg in certain matchups, is that Zerg's trying to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and the other players trying to come in there and do bruises here and there to slow down the rate of growth for the Zerg. And this is something we can see INnoVation once again exploring here with this Banshee and the Raven.
losira doing a much better job with his defense so far. Another auto turret coming down, though. Jones will he kill?
Looks like he's going to get 3, possibly 4. Possibly. Oh, wow, 5. That's huge, man. So this time it's the Raven doing a little bit more damage than the Banshee.
Yeah, I just turned around to try to see losira's face right now. His head is cocked to the side slightly. Is that an annoyed cocked to the side, Tesos, would you say?
Could be. Could be. I don't know. I mean, certainly he's going to be annoyed this game. The way that game 1 went, and then the fact that... Okay, hold up. We got more Hellions coming in here now.
Oh, how many drone kills will he end up getting?
Looks like he actually could get a lot. Well, hold on. The Hellions didn't manage to follow the drones all the way around there, so that wasn't too bad.
No, only 2 kills. Not that big of a deal, but 2 Banshees coming up towards this natural. Still some good upgrades on the way. Getting Roach speed. That's a quick infestation pit as well coming out of losira, so kind of interesting.
Okay, auto turret comes in here again. Looks like we have 2 drone kills, although that was not from the auto turret. As the Banshees are rotating around, Overseer just right-clicked onto the Banshees, so he knows exactly where he's moving.
INnoVation is getting another factory right now and just kind of macroing up, getting all of his upgrades. I don't expect like a real powerful push until 2-2. That's especially considering he's getting a second factory. There'd be no real reason to push at the moment. And that means that really losira has enough time to get what he wants. He's getting some infestors, burrow on the way for them. Probably going to have, Ravagers with their corrosive bile along with fungal, see if he can get some value out of that. And his creep spread is looking pretty solid. He's taking a 4th base. This is a much, much better game out of losira already.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. I guess the big question is he going to be able to hang on when the pushing begins? Because we now have the phase where there's going to be Marines and the 2 medevacs coming out here to try to knock down creep. We've seen a lot of games with INnoVation where he just keeps having good engages with this part of the game, shaves off enough Lings or Roaches or Queens or whatever, or you name it, and then picks up without really losing anything, rinse and repeat, like we're seeing right here. And sometimes he just does enough damage that all of a sudden everything falls apart and the Zerg dies.
This game I don't think will be one of them, but he's making a lot of siege tanks,
yeah,
which is going to do pretty well against his composition overall. I think we're going to see a rush into Ultralisks from losira, so if he can get up there before INnoVation really drops the hammer with this push, that'll be nice, but I think he's going to be just off on that.
Oh my god.
Wow.
It's like they just barely got away in there, but it caught the medevac anyways. I think that literally could not have been closer for them to jump in. Anyways, the Raven is now moving around the map. INnoVation's going to try to chuck a few more turrets down here and see if he can't get any more of these workers. And 2 do go down, but with only 3 drone kills so far.
Not that big of a deal. losira starting to deal with everything very, very quickly. INnoVation taking a 4th command center right now. His 2-2 is going to be finishing up the +1 vehicle weapons as well. Some really undeniably great macro coming out of him. He's actually above the supply of losira, who is on a Roach-based army, but he's also got Infestors in there. So it's not just like Roach Ravager, right? If you have the Infestors, those extra spellcasters, then suddenly your value of your army is like a lot higher than just straight Roach.
It's important to note that in Game 1 between these two, the fungals never really came to fruition for losira.
Yeah.
He got like 1 or 2 fungals off, but then he wasn't able to combo it to get the win. So if he has better fungals this time around, because if you fungal a Terran army and then shoot corrosive biles at it, I mean, the trade is about as good as you can ask for in pretty much anything in StarCraft 2. He's coming forward now. Siege tank sieging up. This big cavity in the middle of the screen here is going to make it tougher for the Zerg to try to engage with a counterattack now coming down over here.
How much damage will he actually get done? It's a good amount of Roaches, but a tank siege is up. There's a Banshee there as well, so it looks like this was perfectly defended by INnoVation.
Meanwhile, INnoVation continuing to push around. He's going to go through the valley in the center left part of the map. If he can get siege tanks up in siege mode, it's going to be tricky for the Zerg to engage. The Zerg will have to absorb a lot of damage before actually dealing his own.
This is mostly a Ravager army, so he doesn't really have that much bulk in front. The damage will be dealt very quickly to it. Some fungals go down. Hit some okay corrosive biles, but the siege tanks doing massive damage from behind.
And if you note, it's hard for the Ravagers to get over and corrosive bile. This corrosive bile, the tanks exactly where they are. And I think just too much of the Zerg armies being obliterated. He bruised the tanks, but he did not kill them off. And that means just the follow-up with this as Terran continues to push it further. Maybe too much. losira may just very well fall apart.
INnoVation's hitting this right before any Ultras can come out. 4 Ultras are being created, and it's not quick enough. GG.
GG.
A little
GHRG.
Yeah. I think he's been frustrated lately, Tasteless. He actually did that in SSL as well.
Really?
Where it was just like a bunch of G's and like a colon and like a semicolon. The bracket was in there.
Enter and like punches the keyboard once and whatever comes up. That's how he's going to tap out.
Well, I mean, look at these games. You can see he's super frustrated with this series.
Salty, yeah.
I mean, this is one of the best Zergs out there. One of the best Korean players, always in the GSL, basically forever.
Well,
and INnoVation just basically tromped it.
It's crazy that you get the 32 best players in the world, and you can see such a disparity in skill between the two of them. Even then, yeah, INnoVation's pushes are just too strong. We're going to go to a short break, and when we come back, our third best of 3 in day 1 of the GSL Code S.